The 100th podcast. Hold on. Whatever the song is that I decided I'm going to play it now. And enjoy that for 20 minutes.
Sing us a theme song for our 100th episode.
I'm not the singer.
Just go ahead. I'm not the singer one either.
You could have fooled me. 100th episode of the Baking It Down podcast, where you get to learn more about marketing and cookies, nuggets. Okay, well, we have a great podcast topic, but before there, here's a long-awaited podcast stats.
Can I ask you a question, folks that are listening? I'm not asking you. Folks who are listening, who has listened to every single sode? Sode is short for episode.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do like a little quiz for you.
Okay.
Of the stats. How many episodes have we done?
100.
Correct. When did we start the podcast?
Was it a summer
We've
month?
actually technically done 113 because we had half episodes.
Those don't really count. Okay. Was it in a warmer month that we started?
I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need at least a month.
June.
March.
Oh, it's close.
March 4th.
That was
the first episode. Do you know the title?
Welcome to the Baking It Down podcast.
Intro to the intro. I think we had recorded it 5 times. The first topic in episode 2 was. Right, you are not the person who's going to listen to this. We used to be really structured at the beginning. It was about Facebook pages.
Yeah, we really had like an outline that we were going to do. But when you're talking about something for 100 times, sometimes you're going to wing it.
How many hours of podcast material have we created?
You literally just told me this. 103 hours.
Correct. Okay, now let's go to stats. A little facts about podcasts. You find a podcast host, which we use Buzzsprout, and then that podcast host pushes it to the players, which would be Spotify.
Yeah, I did not know that when we were starting.
Right. Now, Spotify is a podcast host, but it's also a player. But a lot of the players don't host accounts. Same like you have a website, you have a domain name. So when I log into Spotify, it's just one of the places where you can listen to this. It's actually one of the third most listened to players. The top player is Apple Podcasts. But Spotify does a Spotify podcast role just like it does the personal what you listen to this year role. So when I log in, I get the same bedazzled
I want to hear this.
podcast host. So this is for just 2022 and just on Spotify. So Spotify accounts for only 15% of the downloads.
It's us Apple people out there living large.
Yeah. Between Apple Podcasts and whatever unknown Apple means, that is 46, 56, over 60% of the downloads.
Yes. I still listen on Spotify though.
But only 15% of people listen on Spotify, which is pretty crazy. So extrapolate these numbers. If you want to apply them to Apple Podcasts, you multiply everything by that 46%, 50.
Literally nobody's going to do that math.
Listen, guys. Okay. You want to see how popular we are? Okay, Spotify, in 2022, we produced 2,614 minutes of new content.
Wow.
This is Spotify stats. This is what they get. That's 98% more content than other creators in the business category on Spotify.
I get tired of my own voice too.
Let me tell you, in 2022, what was the top episode?
Number 7?
Number 2.
Oh, number 2. Was that the one where I said, oh no. Where was it when I did the crazy? 7. Oh, number 7.
Yeah, that one was king for a while. It was dethroned by people listening from the beginning. We have 136% more streams than other average episodes.
You guys are such great supporters. I'm half of those.
We were streamed in 55 countries. The top is US, followed by Canada, followed by Australia, followed by UK, and then number 5, the Netherlands.
No way!
Even the Netherlands like us. We had the most increase in listeners on September 18th and September 24th. Hocus pocus reasons unknown. We had 10% of the most shared podcasts globally. 48% shared by direct link, which is probably linking to Buzzsprout. 28% via text. You guys are texting about us. Or maybe Corey's texting and her mom about us. 9% over Facebook, 9% other, and 6% on Instagram. 56% of listeners follow the podcast. So on Spotify, you can follow a podcast. 56% of people follow, which means they get that alert. I am one of those.
I love that. I am number 2.
I am following it. 5% of the top 5% of most followed podcasts. So I guess, I'm going to say, we're not that popular. So whatever's above us, It must be like a Rogan experience. But yeah, top 5% in Spotify listen to podcasts, which is horrifying if you think about it. 67% of listeners found the podcast in 2022.
Oh, wow.
33% of listeners started with episode 2.
Have we been doing this 2 years or 1 year?
2.
Oh.
We all found us near the start. 33% of listeners returned from 2021 on Spotify.
Oh, well, guys, where's this?
Retention is low. 10% listened to almost all of the episodes.
Wow.
We have a 4.8 podcast rating on Spotify.
That, lean in. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you don't like the podcast, email Heather at heather@truecookiemarketing.com.
We don't check this. 72% more followers than in 2021. On Spotify, 56% more hours listened to than in 2021. So podcast has considerably grown. 46% more streams than in 2021. Stream is just listening.
Yeah.
An hour is how many hours they listen to. And then, okay, here it talks about the fans on Spotify. So people there, we are the top 10 podcast for 1,556 people on Spotify.
Wow.
We are the top 5 podcasts for 1,349 people on Spotify. And a poor 741 people have us as their top podcast. Sorry, guys. And this is, if you're just curious what devices cookiers use on 46% of the podcast. Now, this is outside of Spotify. This is Buzzsprout giving me this data. So 46% is listened to on Apple Podcasts. The iPhone has a headlock on the cookie world.
Yeah.
It's just not releasing.
That camera's too good.
Whatever unknown Apple is, I'm assuming it's like
an older Apple.
I don't know.
Apple, a Nano. iPad Nano.
You have no idea what an iPad Nano is.
I had one.
An iPad Nano?
iPod Nano.
Oh, yeah, the tiny thing. I bought it for you.
You got me the little clippy one.
No, I got you the red one that has a screen. I got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. You're welcome. Spotify accounts for 15%, unknown Apple 17%, Google Podcast is 4%, iHeartRadio 3%.
Weird.
Yeah. Buzzsprout all-time devices. 75% of people listen to this podcast on an iPhone. That's 325,000 listens on the iPhone.
325,000.
The history of the podcast ever.
300.
325,586. 325,000 listens on an iPhone.
That seems way too high.
Okay, so if I have an iPhone and I listen to 1 and 2, I'm considered 2 listens.
Okay.
So
still at the same time.
Android is only 13%.
Yeah, you little peons out there.
57,489 downloads. Unknown devices, whatever you guys are doing with your little
computer
cylindrical balloons. 4%. 17,498. Amazon smart devices. You guys are listening to it on Alexa?
I listen to it on Alexa.
Really? 2%. 8,647. Apple iPad. 1%.
Weird.
6,096.
I didn't know you could. What did that feel like? You hold it around, take it with you around the house? Like a little booklet?
Right? It'd be so big. I guess maybe just set it up on like a tripod.
Oh, yeah. I don't have an iPad. I would not know.
There's so many episodes of this content. But we made it to the 100th episode, which brings us to just not a celebratory topic, but this is what we're calling this podcast. Leggo my ego.
Leggo of my ego. Who loves Eggo waffles? Raise your hand. Mine is raised.
Do you?
They are good.
You get them?
I get them for Arch, and if I'm desperado, I'll eat them.
A little syrup on it?
A little syrup. Arch likes to just eat them willy-nilly. You can get little flavored ones like cinnamon, so you don't honestly need the extra syrup.
Do you have to toast it?
You can microwave or toast it.
That's going to be flimsy.
Desperate times.
That'll crunch to it. Okay. So we were talking about ego in terms, or how it contrasts, because it does not correlate to bottom line. So ask yourself these questions to determine if you're doing it for the ego boost or for the bales.
And at the end of the day, it is your business. You can run it.
It's not our business how you run yours.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. What we're just doing is coming at it from a marketing perspective, because that's how we run our businesses. But if you are like, hey, I want an ego post every now and then, you can totes do that.
Here's the thing. I love when you do it for the ego, as long as you say out loud to the universe, I'm doing this for the ego.
And
I thought about
only for the ego.
What?
It's not just only for the ego.
You can do it only for the ego, but as long as you understand that's what you're doing it for. So if I look at motorcycles, I like motorcycles, but I bought one.
Yeah.
Not because I like the wind in my bug-filled hair.
Yeah.
But because I like the attention. That is exactly why I bought a motorcycle that was too big for me.
That's
too
how
fast
you've
for
done
me.
all of your car purchases.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's bad if I was like, I was doing this to commute to work, and in reality, I just wanted attention.
True.
But if I say I did this for attention so that I'm okay. Now sweating on the bike, it's fine. I did it for attention.
Yeah.
Right? Now I can say, okay, sweating
it's
is a
okay
nice
if you
deal.
sweated, someone waved at you, took your little picture
So
of
now
you.
imagine I secretly rode the bike for attention, but publicly I say, this is for my commute to say, because on the toll roads here, you do not have to pay if you have a motorcycle.
Yeah. Then it's a little cringy.
Then you say, then I can complain.
Yeah.
Well, I bought this to commute, but it's really sweaty, and the road system, and this, and that, and the other, and the weather's terrible.
And then when I'm like, well, then sell it. Sounds like it's the worst thing.
It's for my commute, right? So you can see that when I'm not honest where ego's propelling me forward, then people try to help, but I don't want the help. I want attention. Yeah. So they can only help me if they give me attention, but often the attention when we complain is trying to fix a problem I don't want fixed. I want attention.
Yeah.
So when we look at ego posting in regards to cookies, it's fine as long as you call your shot. If you've ever played pool, you got to call your shot. So you don't
never played pool. No one's ever called a shot for me.
You can't call what I did playing pool. But I did watch it. I did terribly.
You knew the words.
So you say like, okay, I'm going to call my shot, and I say that one left pocket, this ball left pocket.
Oh,
that way,
okay.
so there's no accident. Like if you hit the wrong thing, well, that wasn't intentional.
What if I didn't want to say it? So if I did accidentally hit the wrong thing, no one would know.
Then you're not playing ball.
I don't know. Have to call it?
This is, okay, I don't know. A bunch of men mansplaining. I don't know. They just can't call it. I did not hit any of them into any pocket. But I can tell you, like, yeah, a lot of times because I'm not good at it, I was hitting the wrong ball in the wrong pocket. They were like, well, you didn't call that.
Weird.
Right.
I gotta look at some pool
whatever. I
stats.
don't think you're missing out much.
No.
But back to the ego thing, call your shot. I am doing this because I really want attention from other bakers. And then you're free. You're free.
Yeah.
You're free from the strategy. You're free from the marketing know-how. You're free from the copy. You're just saying, I want attention. And it is beautiful and glorious. As long as you're honest with yourself and the universe.
Yeah.
That is why you did it.
The thing we don't want is for you to do ego post and then come to the group and say, why am I not selling anything?
What if you did, and that's back to the motorcycle sweaty armpits.
Yeah.
What if you did, I've posted every day this week and I've made no sales. But when we look back, it's all ego posting.
Yeah. That's when
then
I'm
we're
like,
diagnosing the wrong problem.
When someone says I posted every day, I'm like, oh, I gotta go take a gander.
How could you post every day and not move product?
Yeah.
What was the motive of the post you made? Was it for ego and attention? It is like the Ghirardelli chocolate of marketing. It doesn't do much, but it tastes great.
It tastes amazing.
Yum. I'll take 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat them so fast so I can get to the last one.
There's
and then
something
get 5
about
more.
seeing a notification.
Oh, it's a dopamine hit for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what gets the most notifications? Ego posts.
Oh, they sure do.
Oh, my
Before
goodness.
sugar cookie marketing, I had no notifications. If I had one, I was like, oh, did I get banned or something?
Yep, you did. And then now we move into... Were you going somewhere with that? I feel like you left me hanging on.
But now I get notifications from people reporting other people in the group.
So ask yourself, and then I want you to look around in other Facebook groups or on Facebook pages, and I want you to say, call their shot. They're doing that for ego, and it's absolutely fine. But understand what the motivation is, and I'll wager this. Only you truly know your own motivation.
For sure.
Only you can hide behind it, but we will never know deep down what your intentions were.
Half the times when I clean my house, I'm doing it for recognition. Like, not because of its cleanliness. I want my husband to walk in and be like, wow, it's sparkling.
And that felt great. And when you don't get it, then you're like, listen, it's not like you got to clean the house.
You're making your own dinner.
Yeah.
But we have a list we want to go through with you guys.
To kind of regulate ego posting.
Or just to recognize it and just be okay with knowing why you posted something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, only you know. Only you know why you got the motorcycle. Only you know why you made that post. Mm-hmm. So these are just questions for you to ask yourself in the dark of the night between you and your head and the pillow.
I know what I do. That's an ego post. I keep it near and dear to my little heart.
Yeah.
You know.
I know your ego post when I see it. There's an ego post. Ego post stuck out there into the feed. Are you posting? This is number one. Are you posting because you know this is your target audience and it's likely to make them purchase? Or are you posting as soon as you get a set done because you're just excited to show off your work?
It's great to be excited. but it's fantastic to be excited about your work. I want you to be excited. That means you have like skin in the game and you're proud of what you're doing. The problem is when you just run to post it because you're so excited.
Super happy I did this set, guys. Everybody.
Yeah, you're losing all of the juice. Like, is your audience most active? You can see that stat on Instagram, and that's when you want to post, is when your audience is most active. You know, if you're just posting willy-nilly, you know, at midnight because you just finished the set, everyone's asleep. I mean, you got the post out there in the world, but it didn't do you justice in terms of business.
But it did them justice in terms of ego.
Yeah.
You finished a set, and while you're still on the high of completion, which is great, you turn around and you get a little more boost of that dopamine, that, what was it? Endorphins. Like, you did this, great job.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. I did wonderfully, and likely you did. And you posted it at midnight. So what you don't get to do now is come to the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group and say, why am I not making any sales? Because you sacrifice sales for attention.
Yeah.
And attention is delectable. I love attention. I love it. However, you've got to be honest. When you pay the motorcycle insurance bill, which was over $1,000 for the year because it was too big and too expensive for my short, speedy south, then you got to say, well, this is the price I pay for attention.
Yeah.
So attention is expensive.
So lost, not a lot of sales, decreased reach. A lot of times people burn through their audience. When you just post ego after ego after ego, everyone, I can only say, wow, so many times.
Wow.
You're so talented.
It's
right?
like that TikTok sound. Wow.
So you can burn through your audience and you can exhaust your audience by putting too much content, too much ego content out there and not coming at it in a strategic way.
I like an ego content bucket. I like it being part of a plan.
Yeah,
I actually think
one.
Just posting things for ego every once in a while is a great way to just show your audience, hey, this is what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
But when it's 100% of the bucket you're pulling from, you're going to wear people out. They can only praise so much. And then that praise becomes a source of addiction for our brain. That dopamine hit of somebody told me I was great, which feels amazing.
The problem is when you've like gone full ego post and then you can only do such an intricate design so often before something's less intricate, and then you get less likes,
and then it's like back on the hamster wheel.
Yeah, I gotta get better.
Yeah, back to that motorcycle again, which was a complete vanity purchase. It was absolutely no functionality for my life. I had a car that was air conditioned and comfortable, and then this motorcycle, which is sweaty, hot, loud, and expensive.
Yes,
I had it put in high test versus my car can
your
take low grade.
Maintenance was expensive.
Yeah. But I go to a car show. I go to a car show that's popular on the street. The amount of attention, people stopping me, kids saying, "Can I get a picture?" Because I have the little cat ears on the thing.
So Heather's just sweating through the photos, smiling.
But the next week I go, fewer people ask because I've already been there. Guess what? I have to drive even farther. I have to go on a world tour of getting attention on this thing. I'm sweaty. I'm tired. But my ego hit needs more juice.
Yeah.
So it's costing me more and I'm getting less. I have to go farther. I have to work harder to get attention.
Yeah.
And when you take it back to cookies, you got to post more. You got to post more fantastically. You got to post cookies that take a lot of time to make.
I will say, when I first started and I got on Instagram and that forever scroll, I was like, if I don't do the most complex thing, I am a loser.
Right.
But then
in the scheme of likes, you are.
Yeah.
But in the scheme of conversions, which brings us to the next couple points, I'm going to switch to number 2.
Sure.
Are you posting sets you truly don't want to do that eat into your profits just to puff up your ego? I know we want that puff. But what are you puffing?
When I discovered that unicorns sell.
They exist. And they exist in the profit margin of cookies. So here's the thing. You posted an ego post, I think.
Yeah.
Let me describe it to you. It was bright orange.
Yes.
Okay. Stop and scroll. There was I don't know, something made of thread.
Yeah. It was a macronage. What is that?
Don't even know
macrame.
A macrame. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. However, I doubt anybody would ask for it.
Oh, I there's only one in that set because I said, wow,
did
this
the client
took forever.
add for it? Or did you add it?
I just added it.
Your ego added it.
Ego added it.
Because I saw it and it looked so fine detailing, but it wasn't a margin.
No, that
wasn't
cookie
a margin
took
cookie.
forever.
Yeah, and it And you got my attention, but you didn't get my money.
And honestly, I don't want to make a macaroni cookie ever again.
So when Corey's ego said, hey, post this. You work so hard on it. You likely lost money on it if you do the hourly math. So post it and get the likes. What Corey has done is told our audience, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to lose money to get attention. So you can order this macaroni, whatever this is, this little thread cookie. Macrame. Is it
macrame?
I have no idea what the word is.
What you do for when you're making macarons.
Macronage?
That's what you're spinning.
What word are you using for this cookie?
Macrame.
Macro.
Can you do macrame and look it up? I think that's what it's called.
I'm going to just type in whatever.
Macrame.
Okay, I spelled it wrong. You got it. Macrame. Little threads. It's a form of textile produced using knotting rather than weaving or knitting. Okay. Yeah.
That is macrame.
So Corey made, Google it, it's MACRA. It looks like macrame, if I'm honest. So Corey did a macrame cookie, and it was pretty. However, she just told you, I don't want to do it anymore. But then she posted it. What is she signaling to her audience?
Buy this cookie.
Buy a macrame. And that's not where her profitability lies. Like she said, her profitability lies with mermaids and unicorns. Mm-hmm. We should make a unicorn with a mermaid tail cookie.
Macrame.
Macrame with love. So it would say to me that Corey made an ego post, of which before I even described what the cookie was, she knew what I was talking about because it was bright. It got my attention. However, you're going to get more orders of something you don't want to do because it's not profitable to do. Yeah. Then you're doing it for attention, and that's fine. Call your shot.
I know. I got orders for just donuts last night. Donut cookies. I mean, I could do those in my sleep.
And then what should you post?
The donut cookies.
The donut cookies. But that macrame cookie is taking the spotlight because that's where your ego was. Yeah. Your ego wasn't in those basic donuts because you're not proud because you don't think they're difficult enough to get likes from other cookiers. Yeah. But if you say, hey, these donuts are what gets me money from my target audience, you're going to be posting the donuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me go delete that.
Corey made this list, by the way. I'm not calling her
hey,
because she built the altar and then called herself to it too. It's in the world of algorithmic attention. It is easy to fall prey to ego posting. Yeah. It feels delish.
But you said it's okay if I know I posted it for ego.
It. But as long as you know you've invited more macrame cookies.
I know, macrame.
Yeah. So are you willing to tell somebody you will not do that cookie for them? Are you willing to charge them more for that cookie? I'd likely say almost don't post it. But then you could say, Heather, then pull from your attention-seeking content bucket and call your shot.
Yeah.
Call your shot.
I will never do this macrame cookie again, but I wanted to
show you. There you go. Add it in the copy. Yeah. That would be fine. Okay, number 3. Are you doing it to inflate your page numbers with other cookiers' likes, or are you doing it to inflate your bottom line?
At the end of the day, collecting likes, it feels good. It feels good to look at a page with some big numbers. But you don't need big numbers because your local audience that can probably buy from you isn't in the millions.
I'm going to tell you this. We have the Sugar Cookie Classes Facebook page and Instagram because we run ads to it. Probably most of those people that like the page are cookiers.
I would say, no, I've really tried to grow that
at least 50-50.
I think when someone bleeped it out in the group and put it out there, a bunch of cookiers ran to see what it was like.
So of the page, I say the Facebook page must only be around 1,000 likes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, that's a very low number in the comparison to other cookier accounts.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll tell you this: we had a class of 10 on Saturday. Uh-huh. It was sold out 2 months ago. Our Easter classes are in 2 months. We had to add a second one because people begged. They're sold out, and we've already started selling out June classes.
I have to tell you what one lady said in the class. She said, "I checked all of last year. You guys were sold out, and I've been refreshing every week to find an available class."
Yeah, she was adorable, Ashley. That said, it's because it's got hardly any likes and followers. Yeah. And that's not the goal. The goal is to fill class seats. Mm-hmm. When you stop caring about, I got 1,000 likes, I got, 500 followers on Instagram, but I have a full sold out class. That's where you can can pivot that ego. You can take ego. Okay, I don't care. I don't have a lot of ego in here. There's not a lot of followers. But I got cash money and butts and seats.
Yeah.
And that's where, from a business perspective, I would tell a client, put your attention on actual conversions, not reactions.
Right. You can collect an audience and they can actually bring you down. If they don't engage with your content, it goes to a ratio.
cookiers want to be impressed. It's hard to impress you cookiers. You're great. You're talented.
Yeah.
The amount of time and effort to create something that blows the mind of your colleagues, essentially, in the same industry is so difficult.
But if I make a really good donut cookie, I blow the minds of just about everyone in class.
Absolutely, because that is your target audience. Yeah. So, okay, if if you took the Eddie and printed off something, people are like, well, you didn't do any work. Well, those are cookiers. But imagine what your target audience. Imagine if we brought Eddie to class.
Oh, they would. When you talk about Eddie to the class, they're like, what?
Yeah, I love telling the class about CookieCon because they think no way that there's a convention of cookie people. And then the direct-to-food printer Eddie, they're all like, really? Wow, that's so crazy. And when Corey, sometimes you'll print on the cookies that you give them for free because Corey will throw in a free cookie for them to take. They're floored. They're flabbergasted by Eddie. Yeah. Whereas the cookie world be like, well, Eddie's cutting corners. I don't care what other cookiers think. I care because my goal is my bottom line.
At the end of the day, a cookier's not going to buy from you because they're doing the same thing. And we all got into cookies because they were too expensive to buy for our kids' birthdays.
Yeah. Think about it. When you see somebody ego posting, are they selling to other cookiers? In which case, they're actually developing their target audience. Yeah, so it makes sense. But you want to grow the target audience. Even if that audience is small, it's small, but it is mighty.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get on the hamster wheel of ego, and it is exhausting. And I'll be on a motorcycle, and you'll be in the kitchen, and we'll be suffering.
I will say, I see a lot of bigger named cookiers on Instagram that have to take long, extended breaks because they are mentally exhausted from it.
So imagine, pretend there's like a mega famous cookier person. I'm just making this person up. I'm not really on Instagram as much as you are.
Is it named Corey?
Have you heard of mixing bowl cookies? They do macrame. Like I've never seen macrame done. So imagine this cookier puts out some content and every other cookier is like, oh my goodness, what will they come up with next?
Yeah.
That is a challenge that they now have to take back with them to their bakery. And they have to come up with something that is even more impressive because if they don't, they won't get as many likes. And Instagram knew it. And that's why it allows you to hide likes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why is my phone?
What is going on?
Someone is spamming me.
As long as you're liked. At the end of the day, is your ego stroked. So again, we're going to say, do you want to inflate? It is hard not to look at somebody with a big following and think they're not popular.
Oh, for sure.
But Corey, so the Sugar Cookie marketing page had, this follower versus like count is kind of weird on Facebook. Now it's rolling over to the new page experience. You actually have two metrics versus the metric we used to have. So the follower count is 7,711. It's behind me.
That's for the Sugar Cookie marketing page. Yeah. Right.
But that's the like count.
The like count.
The follow count it's 45,000 people who will never buy from us.
Yeah. They're not even cookiers.
Corey had some reels that went viral. The last one was whether you're allowed to use the word Super Bowl.
And it was just people who were passionate
people
about
who just
sports.
like Super Bowl. Right. They have no clue. They didn't care. If someone said your cookie was ugly and then that he was allowed to use the word Super Bowl, those people got her likes and attention.
But not $1.
Not $1. Not $1. So this 7,700, was it 11 behind me? That number is so much more valuable than this 45, 46,000. Like it goes up by 1,000 every week, but it's almost the most worthless metric Corey and I talk about because I'll say the real number is this and the stupid number is that.
Yeah.
Because the stupid number doesn't translate to what we want, which is conversions. We want you guys to join the group. We want you guys to join the cookie college. That's the number that matters. 45,000, that looks impressive. But at the end of the day, behind the smoke and mirrors, we're the little Oz guy saying, please don't look behind the screen.
And oftentimes when you're on Instagram and you're scrolling through the Explore feed, which is what I do endlessly, you're going to see a lot of really talented cookiers. But the thing is, they built their accounts up. They got the likes from their loyal fans on those accounts, and that's what hits the Explorer feed. It's how your post hits there. So if you have someone who's just doing unicorns, sometimes that won't hit your Explorer feed. And you can get in the mindset where people don't want the simple unicorn. They only want the complex stuff.
Cookiers don't want other cookiers unicorns because you all can do it.
Yeah.
But your audience, Corey delivered. Are you going to tattletale on yourself? Corey has this client, apparently the world's best client. I don't know. She orders way much from you, the most basic things, because her kids like it.
Yeah.
And then tips you an exorbitant amount. Yeah. Very nice person. But only once. Mermaids. Hearts. Today was hearts with an H.
Today was pink and red hearts.
Even all the icing, like even the font was the same color as so you only had to do 2 colors.
Yeah, I did. It was a 2-color order.
Right. It was a 2-color order. The lasting was super simple. DIY kits, I know, one time.
Yeah.
So this client's kids want mermaid tails. That's what they want. I printed the cutter from me. Do you remember the shop? It was cute.
Oh, it was Charleston Cookie.
Yeah, it was a really cute mermaid. Yeah. We just printed it. And this lady paid more than that. She just keeps ordering.
I know.
But it's simple stuff. You did post that picture, but it was very simple. You had staged a lot. Do you feel judged? This is also your idea.
No, I feel this is what every cookier is
like looking off into the horizon and like,
you're going to have to delete that one, archive that one.
Okay, number 4. Are you concerned about follower and unfollowers account and not conversions?
That is so hefty in the cookie world, and I'm guilty of it too, to be quite honest. But
it's hard.
I'm getting out of that. At the end of the day.
Macrame. So, it's focusing on that. You know, I see people and they'll come in the group and it's an innocent question. They said, I got people unfollowing me. Is it problematic? 1, no. Likely it's mostly bots. 2, probably it's people out of your target audience.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, as long as that number never exceeds how many people you're gaining, you're absolutely fine. It's completely normal. But that's not where I necessarily want to be checking. It's called a vanity metric for a reason. It is egotistical, not intentional. And I know it's an innocent question to ask. However, are you making sales? Let's ask that question.
Yeah.
Let's ask, what's your conversions? Are your Valentine's Day sales going well? And then we can worry about follower and unfollower. Because I guarantee you, when you focus on the one, the other one doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. There is a thing you can link to your account, which is quite dangerous now, that can unfollow and follow people.
Well, you run a script and you're going to compromise your account.
Yeah, but I see cookiers running it. I can tell when they follow me and they have like a bazillion followers and I'm like, well, they're definitely going to unfollow me in about 2 minutes. But if you have that, I will say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth to see someone follow me, might follow them back, and then just to unfollow me. Like, I'm just a number to you at that point. So if I was your customer and I was like, oh, this person actually likes me, and then all of a sudden I was unfollowed, like,
you're doing it a vanity metric and you're burning through your audience.
Yeah.
Your motive, if your messaging, if your goals are muddled, your results will also be muddled. If you're saying, hey, wow, I'm just using motorcycles to commute, and then people are giving you fixes for it, and you say, no, I want attention, you're going to have mixed messaging, and people aren't going to know what to say to you. In business, they're not going to know what to buy from you. Yeah. Are you so worried about followers? Because I can guarantee you someone with 300 likes could outsell somebody with 50,000.
I know.
It does not matter. It is a vanity metric. Now, the conversions, what are you doing to convert? When somebody enters your funnel versus when they exit the funnel, did they stick into it? If you... And I'm even going to wager this. If you have a following of 50,000, which is impressive, and I'm sure it took a ton of work, or you got lucky with some reels, it's going to be hard for you to reply back to comments because you're going to get an influx of so many cookiers asking where you got that cutter, where you got that plate, where you got that staging, where you got this, that, and the other. And the audience that you need, the audience that's placing those orders, you're going to get lost. So sometimes what happens, and it'll fool you, is somebody that's really good at ego posting will actually switch from a local audience to being an influencer. Yeah. They will get paid sponsorships, paid promotions, and that is a business model that is effective, but don't fall prey to it. If you're not trying to be an influencer, don't try to grow an influencer audience. Don't compete with that person.
I know. I will say, like, in the makeup realm, there's so much cash there that can just, like, the Michaela girl gets paid upwards of, like, $80,000 per post. The cookie world is not like that. It's more of like gifted collabs.
Well, think about it this way. If I need to put my own makeup on myself. I can't really hire somebody to do that every day. So I don't know what to buy. When you go to Sephora, there's 50 companies with 50,000 options. So, okay, hey, influencer, what should I get? And that's where you have that trust factor. Are they going to lead me in the right way? And that's when you see these leading astray ad type content where it's actually an advertisement, but you're told that it's organic, can kind of, they probably got a huge fat check and they care less than I'm buying a Maybelline mascara. But at the end of the day, in the cookie world, who is buying from you and why? Can you mute something? There is a kill switch of mute on that.
Look. Apple people, why is it making sounds? Let me find where the notifications could be. It might take me a second. Oh, there was a camera. I don't know. It's just making sounds. It's annoying me to death.
Corey says she has a kill switch, the audio kill switch on, and it's still squeaking out.
Announce notifications? No, that's like talking about it.
Okay, well, you can figure it out. If somebody can help Corey with her iPhone, that'd be great. Steve Jobs there, left of the So back to the fallen follower. So Corey brings us to number 5. Is the view count something that affects your mood? Are you inclined to archive when things don't garner the the views versus assessing what's driving the purchases?
Sometimes you can get sad.
Sometimes
when a post you think should perform likewise, doesn't get as many likes as you think it should, or you did a reel and it only got 200 views. If 200 views is your local audience who can buy from you, then your reel did astoundingly well.
I bet most reels don't convert on the local scale. Yeah. I don't know what those mega influencers are doing. I'm not even sure if they get the reports back to how this.
I know,
but. Likely, if I had one reel that converted into one custom order or one reel that converted into 2 class seats, whoa, out the park. But what if it only got 15 views and 2 of those converted? Oh my goodness, your conversion rate is so high. Yeah. That is outrageous.
But if your video got 5,000 views and you literally had 0 orders on a conversion scale,
worthless.
You failed.
0% conversion rate.
But it's at the end of the day, what are you going for? Are you going for the number on the screen?
Call your shot. Sometimes you can. Yeah. Sometimes you can be like, I just want someone to tell me I did great.
And right now, reels aren't set to, even if you use local hashtags, reels aren't just showing to your local. It's almost like the wild, wild west, because Instagram is competing with TikTok and they're really pushing video content to take people back to the platform. So your reel, even if you use local hashtags, can go far and wide.
And look at Instagram. Instagram's not saying like, hey, Heather, we want you to reach your local audience. Instagram's like, we know you'll stick here if I give you views. So I'm going to give you views so you're hooked to my platform to produce more content and get back on the hamster wheel of burnout to produce even more and more content that gets less and less reach unless it's crazier and crazier and more impressive and more time consuming and more macrame.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're just going to be macrame.
We're macrame.
Macrame everywhere.
If you use cook your hashtags, I can tell you
indicator.
Who your audience is.
That's an indicator that you want attention. And again, it's fine, but call your shot, man. I'm doing this and I'm using this hashtag because I feel like cookie people will tell me, wow.
Who do you think is looking up
Corey?
Sugar cookie art?
Cookiers.
Cookiers.
What would somebody looking to spend cookie money on somebody else's sugar cookie art be looking? Decorated sugar cookies.
Nova parents.
Oh, yeah. Nova foodies.
McLean moms.
Yeah. That's what they're going to the local groups and saying, does anybody know a cookier? What they're not doing is typing in sugar cookiers of Insta and Flood Friday because they don't know what flooding means. We just taught a class to 10 people and they said, what does flooding mean? So when you use hashtag Flood Friday, who are you trying to get attention from? Your audience? Probably not. Other cookiers, and you called your shot? Absolutely fine. Yeah. You enjoy that ego. Mm-hmm. Don't let it go. Don't let go of that ego.
That empty wallet.
And that's fine as long as you understand buying that motorcycle was a poor investment. I got nothing out of it but attention.
You did sell it for what you bought it for?
I sold it for more than I bought it for, but that doesn't factor in what I had to pay to maintain it and insure it. True. So net loss, definitely a net loss. But it fueled my attention-seeking behavior, and that was...
Question for you. When you got rid of the motorcycle, did it take a kind of a hit, like a little attention hit?
You know what happened? I spent all day on the motorcycle. I got a ton of attention, and then I came back and I said, how dumb is it that I spent this much money on fuel today? I spent this much money on insurance, amortized over the whole year. And I spent this much money on eating out because I had to drive somewhere.
Yeah.
Not commuting.
You always drove to a restaurant.
Where else are you going to go? In a circle.
I agree.
I said, and then in the same vein, I'm trying to get into investing. How dumb. I have the worst investment, a negative ROI. And then I'm doing research on investments. How crazy. So I was embarrassed. But and then I listed
So you overcame your attention with logic?
Yeah, I overcame, and I will get another bike, but I'm going to call it for what it is.
Yeah,
I'm going to say I feel like I need attention.
It's a little,
I'm going to need some attention.
Now get out on the road.
I mean, even look at the snake. Okay, the snakes, they don't love me.
No,
but they get a lot of attention. Yeah. They bite me.
Yeah. I do love the brand of my dog. The brand.
What a consumer.
Breed. I do love his breed, but I get stuff so much like, oh, your dog is so cool. Can we pet him?
Yeah.
I'm sure other dogs.
You got an expensive breed to maintain.
I did. Oh, he's so expensive.
He's expensive to maintain, whereas a mutt is probably going to just live forever and cost very little.
My little cat that I rescued, she has been
Rube
is
a tank.
Peach.
Rube is like a choo-choo train of a cat. It'll never die.
Rube,
It's outlived.
We're the same personality. Checking in for food, keeping clear when it's not
you don't get
table.
in my way. I won't get Corey. So Corey has, I would say, a designer cat.
A little bit.
And then she has this like street cat.
Yeah.
This cat where she got him on Craigslist in Fredericksburg, if you're familiar. This cat was like, hey, listen, I ain't trying to be your bestie, but I'll accept you. And Corey's like, I'll accept you too. And you had him for what?
12 years.
He won't die. He looks the day she got him.
He's just a little plumper.
Yeah.
We got little snacks.
Rube versus a designer cat. Like Corey got this cat that's extremely hard to keep clean because his hair is so long. He's got one of those flatter faces, so he gets his hair in the food. And he's expensive to take to the vet because he's, I don't know.
You got to groom, you got to get his hair cut, or you have to brush him every single night.
A lot of work, but a lot of attention. Nobody's looking at Rube and saying, where'd you get that? Because they know you got it from a gutter.
Fuzz looks out the front door all the time. People walk by and be like, oh, he's out.
Attention. And he's a great cat. He's cost you considerably more and saved you considerably less.
Yeah, we're getting fixed on Friday.
Yeah. I guarantee you, Rube's like, I fixed myself. I just used my nails there in the back. Got it taken care of.
I love Rube.
Don't touch me. This is number 6 and the last one. When you post content to groups, is your copy getting adoration from the look at me, or is it designed to move people into your sales funnel? I love being asked to do birthday parties. I have openings on XYZ dates.
First off, what groups are you posting in? Other cookier groups? Because I could definitely tell you you're doing it for ego. But if you're posting in community groups and you're like, look what I made, period, photo, you are not doing it for sales. If someone's like, if you put
you don't have a lot, you can't keep spamming those groups. You only have so much.
You really do.
The group algorithm is so heavy. It is so crazy. You can burn right through it. So much, in fact, that every day Facebook tells me if I have high performing group posts, which I only post in the sugar cookie market group, and it rewards me with more reach. Because I have high performing posts. Now, how to have a high performing post? It has to be engaging content. Yeah. How does it be engaging? It has to start a conversation. Look at me post and conversations.
Yeah.
You get that, wow. But you don't continue the conversation because you didn't want to. You wanted attention.
Yeah.
And attention is disgustingly addicting. I love it.
It is so addicting. In our local group that, well, me and Heather started, Heather does not do anything with it, so now it's just me manning it.
Some of the memes.
I let everyone do a sales post on Saturday. They really have enjoyed it, but Heather showed them how to set it up to get attention. She's like, here's how you want to set up your sales post. Tag your page, tag your website, include a photo, say where your pickup's from. And people have really taken to that. I can tell people who have read your work.
It works a lot better.
Oh, yeah, because then I can be like, oh, I would like to have that one. I see you're off Springwoods. I live right down the road.
Local community groups have this penchant. I absolutely think it's hilarious because it's so useless. They'll do like a sales thread Monday.
Yeah.
And it'll be like one thread and you have to post your business in the thread. By the time I see it, it'll have 200 comments. All of them are from business owners adding no value to anybody around them. Just this like regurgitated link to their website. Sometimes even a picture of a off-centered business card. Yeah. And I'll be like,
taken on a wooden table.
if you didn't post that at all, you'd probably have more money in your pocket because you just allocated time. And I know you didn't make any sales. Yeah. So you really kind of got to be strategic. So just posting a look at me post. What if you did a picture of, I don't know, Lucky Charms bowls and said, hey guys, General Mills is so expensive. Have you found like some knockoff brand cereals in Lidl?
By the by, this is my cookie business.
Right. Something that's more than just look at me.
Yeah. I know the group, our specific sugar cookie marketing group a while ago voted that they didn't want posts like that because they serve no value. No. So now we don't.
They serve one value.
For one person. So now we don't let those ego posts go in because no one's learning from it. So we all have to say, add a tip to it. How did you market these? And then we have our Friday post where everyone can post,
in the baking group.
Yeah, and it does
get your attention there. And it feels good. You are losing money if time is money, and that's a formula that we come up with for our cost. When you post something to a group where nobody can buy from you, you spent time money there.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And you're like, well, I wanted the ego boost. Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
I hope it was worth the investment. And it is sometimes, but you just can't complain while I'm making no sales. When I've posted every day to my page, but they're all look at me posts. what did you expect people to do? They all looked at it. You got exactly what you wanted.
When your copy is always, love this set. Happy birthday, Joe. You don't turn 3 all the time. You aren't posting for sales.
Who would name their 3-year-old Joe?
Joseph.
Hey, I was thinking of like my dad's name is Glenn. Like, did my grandmother look at an infant and say Glenn?
I did 30 child's names for kindergarten yesterday.
Oh, what were their names?
Like, they were kind of
Sophia's cute.
Sophia, Emmeline.
Oh, cute.
Emmeline.
That's cute.
Sebastian.
Cute.
Mateus, I thought was adorable. Schaefer.
Ooh.
Yeah,
we're still
I
in the
like
trendy,
that
We're
one.
still in trendy.
It was
name
trendy.
territory.
The names are long.
But like, would you? I guess you wouldn't name your kid Greg. You name it Gregory, and somebody would shorten it to
I
Greg.
think it would be. There was not one Greg.
What if you named your kid Craig? Is it Gregory? Craig. I'm sorry if your kid is named Greg. Did you look at him as an infant and say, "This is Greg"?
Someone at the orthodontist today said, "Oh, can you tell Mason to come on back?" But that's my son's last name. She's like, "I'm so sorry. You chose 2 first names. I had to take a stab at it."
Interesting.
I was like, "Oh, that's true." Sorry.
I guess Mom looked at you as like Gory.
Yeah, Corey's a weird one.
Yeah.
Corey. Nothing offensive to other Corey.
Corianne.
Corianne.
Well, you're
Corianne
Corianne.
countertops.
Okay, so that's our 6 steps to just learn how to call your shot for ego posting.
Mm-hmm.
And is ego posting bad? I'd say no. I'd say if it's 100% of what you post, you're likely not going to make any sales. So then in that case, if your goal is sales, then it's bad.
But also, if your goal is to make money and you're not ego posting and you see someone's post outperform yours visually, like it has more likes, comments, and things like that, don't get down on yourself, because when you're going broad, like to all cookiers, you're gonna get a lot more comments because there's more people. So don't be hard on yourself, like, oh, their post gets so much likes, they're so much more talented than I am. No, if you're broad and you're marketing to cookies, you're going sugar cookie marketing. Post on Instagram gets so much more reactions than my sugar cookie classes.
Cookie classes. We taught a class on Saturday, and I posted, I don't know, a collage of 10 photos, right? It got 3 likes.
15.
Yeah, but most of those were cookie people. So when I take the cookie people out, it's 3.
Yeah.
That class generated $900.
Yeah.
So 3 likes could equal $900.
It could. And, I make sure that cookie classes is following local people only. Right. And I invest back into them, liking and sharing their stuff.
If that page never grew past, let's pretend 300 follow count.
Yeah.
But it had $900 classes, you'd never see me complain. Mm-hmm. You'd never see me complain, not one day.
But it's so easy to get caught up in what the social media metrics are. And
it's rewarding. Ego.
But it can also do this thing
it's
where you're like, I don't feel good enough. I need to take a break. This is really causing me heartache.
Back to putting on the blinders.
Yeah.
You can. And we see people sometimes. I saw somebody and she emailed. She was like, hey, can you let me back into the group? I really tried to take a break from social media. I just went this one group though. So she had like no friends. She's like, and I said, hey, I've been in the same boat where you're like, hey, I need to step away from everything. Yeah. I do need some information.
Yeah, you can actually, if you have a follower and they're really like making you feel some kind of way, you can mute them. What that happens is they won't be in your feed. You'll still follow them, but they'll be muted. So you can kind of regain your composure. You can come back at it, in 30 days and be like, I feel more confident in my strategy now.
I've been trying to really focus on the emotions things cause me and acknowledging, how does this make me feel? Why does this make me feel this way? And do I want to keep this feeling in my life? Mm-hmm. So if you say, well, this cookier is so talented, I am jealous, I am envious, negative emotions.
Yeah.
Do you then say the next, I want to keep jealousy and enviousness. Enviousness? That seems long.
I like it.
Got a really long word.
I like it.
I want to keep those in my life. So I'm going to keep this person in my life. Okay, cool. Called a shot. You're allowed to. You're allowed to be jealous and envious as long as you acknowledge that's what you wanted. That's the emotion you acknowledged and said, I want to keep.
Yeah. Yes.
Likely, though, if you assess your emotional component of the way things make you feel, you can make the decision to only let in positive emotions. And that will require some trimming. And then you'll feel that the general chronic state of your mental mind will be low-grade happiness.
I will say, I felt like some groups were a little negative. So I left them all.
Sugar cookie marker groups.
I know, but I left those groups so I could turn my focus to making ours a positive one.
Yeah. You almost got to. So you got to set your goal, call your shot, and proceed accordingly. Yeah. I like consider an ego bucket. Do that. And maybe hit it twice a month.
Yeah, I like glow up post when you do like a side-by-sidey one.
But very ego.
Very ego,
but not a bad. You're not a bad person.
Spin where you're like, look what I got better.
If your copy can tie in the ego post into, and I can do this for your birthday, great.
Yeah, not just like, look what I did.
Look, everyone, just keep working at it. You can get it. If you're saying just keep trying, then you're talking to another cookie.
Yeah, you're talking.
If you're telling your audience to just keep trying, I don't really know what they're going to do. You just keep trying to order from me. I'll eventually take it.
Just keep swimming. Just keep. In high school, I really thought I could sing. Unfortunately.
Corey signed up to sing a lot.
I signed up.
Here's the thing. I cannot play the piano well.
No, Heather's a great piano player. Fantastic.
But Corey would make me play first. Now we have 1 a week pianist.
Yeah.
2, somebody with an ego.
Yeah, sticking in front of people was an ego thing. But we were in Sunday school and I wanted to sing, and my boyfriend was in the audience. Was I singing to him or at him?
You were singing at everybody.
It was a high note on a Sunday morning.
I naturally get sweaty at any type of performance ever. And I'm sweating there on the piano.
I sat down after that horrendous thing and I said, did that sound bad? And my friend said, well, it wasn't horrendous.
Peever?
Yeah.
I'm honest.
At least you tried. Oh, to learn our ways. Archer said I was a good singer, though.
Okay. You should have sung the intro song.
I didn't know what it was.
I think ego posting is interesting. I think once you become self-aware, it will set you free.
It will set you
free. Of
free.
Other people's ego posting, of your own ego posting. Once you say, that's what that is.
I can see that. Yeah. All right, here's
I'm
going to give him a like.
Your ego posting, let me start
take my like.
Yeah, we don't have to punish ego posting, but we need to know what its motivation is.
And you need to be able to come at it for like, hey, last week I ego posted all week, then I did my pre-sale post, nothing happened, but I got it.
I got to switch. So maybe ego post was a nice little bump when you have a lull. So right after Valentine's Day, which is today. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Love each and every one of you.
Really, you be Valentine. After Valentine's Day, we're gonna have a little bit of maybe a 1 week and a half
depends
lull.
If you were doing a Mardi
Easter,
Gras,
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
So depending on what your schedule is, if it's a dry time, not a bad time to sneak in an ego post. I would associate ego posting with memes. Low grade, lots of engagement.
Listen, no one gets the high off of a meme unless you make it yourself.
What is that?
It's
ungodly sound.
It's the trash truck with the arm. And
I cracked open it. We're having a beautiful weather spurt here in Northern Virginia.
It is just
the daffodils have daffodils.
They are Dylan.
Dylan's a cute name.
Dylan is a cute name, but not one kid was named Dylan on there.
Would you call him accidentally for short Dill? Which is a delicious name.
Yeah.
You got to always factor in the kid bullies.
I know. Arch is Arch.
Yeah.
But he doesn't
you looked at an infant and said Archer.
I know. What a weird name.
I think the dad did.
He did a little bit. Okay.
Did you have any in the back burner?
I had Sebastian.
Sebastian.
He does not look like a Sebastian.
Sebastian.
I've looked at some names. I'm like, oh, that'd be a cute name. Gordon is cute.
Gordon, but at the time when we were kids, it was a train, the long one.
Yeah, but right now it's so cute.
Gordon.
Isaac and Ivy
Gordy.
Were my clients' names.
Oh, that's cute. Mom was going to name some Ivy. Lily.
Yeah, Lily.
I like
Lily
Ivy. Pat.
Yeah, but we were young and dumb.
We were idiots. She named her Summer, but she was born in the winter, and we thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Summer's birthday is today. My little sister's birthday is on Valentine's Day.
Her middle name goes really well with her first name, Summer Faith.
My mom spelled it weird.
Faitha.
Summer got a trendy name. Summer
she
Faith.
Did.
Our last name is Miracle.
And
Summer
she
Faith
loves
Miracle.
her name.
I thought one of us should have been named Isabel.
Why?
Is Miracle.
Isabel Miracle?
Ego.
Oh, we called you Isa for short. Isa Miracle.
Is a miracle. Yeah. It's a miracle. It's a me, Mario. It's me, Mario. Just going to kind of wait out the trash truck.
And talk about names that we wish we had.
Uh-huh.
I didn't love Corey for the longest time. No one ever spelled it right.
You never get it. There's 3 Corys in the college, but you all have your names spelled differently.
K-R-I
C-O-R-I.
is good.
You're never going to get your name on a little license plate.
No.
Those little keychains.
But now I like emailing. People don't know if I am a man or a woman.
I thought that would be cool.
I know.
I thought that would be cool to be like, imagine can I speak to Corey? Hello.
Yeah.
it's me. Take a seat.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Hi. Okay. The trash truck is left. Let's continue. I have a podcast poll.
Oh, yeah. Well, usually you put those at the front.
I know, I forgot about it. I actually have 2 podcast polls. Somebody asked me to ask it. Let me do the one that was intended. It was about email marketing, right? So in email marketing, let me ask you this, Corey. How many newsletters did Mixing Bowl Cookie Company send out in 2022?
0, because you didn't send them out.
I don't know. But I will say Sugar Cookie Marketing probably sent out.
That's all I had.
Yeah, we try to send it out weekly. Yeah. But here's the average. 76% of people did not send out a newsletter last year. That means you have more margin in your marketing.
Do you know what that tells me? That you need to end up in the inboxes because no one else is.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have a lot of competition in the inbox. Now you have their competition. I know people are going to say, here's somebody in the comment section. I want to read this comment. Jenna said, I sent 3 and I made 1 cookie class sale and got a custom order purely from my 3 newsletters.
Wow.
So she sent 3 and had conversions in technically all 3. That is so crazy. That she did that. Okay, I want to read this other. This was just asked by a random person in the Cookie College, asked me to ask it in the main group around cookie classes, and I thought the response was interesting.
Okay.
If you taught a cookie decorating class, your options are, do you teach it by yourself or do you have somebody help? What do you think the answers came out to be?
By yourself.
89% by yourself.
Yeah.
So only 11% bring someone to assist. That's how
am I bringing you to assist me or am I assisting you?
We're 50-50. So I would say, think about it this way. 1, if you can get somebody to help you for free, that is the best business decision.
A spouse.
Someone said husband doing like photography. Someone said, yeah, my husband comes in, helps me set up and takes photos. That would be ideal. Somebody doing something for free. Now, the next step up is paying somebody hourly for assisting.
Yeah.
Again, that's going to be the most cost effective. And then you have Corey and I set up, which is the worst, which is 50-50.
Unfortunately.
So that $900 class was only $450. That's only net.
Of course, we've never hooked up the payment method too. So it's 0.
I got to do that.
I know, man.
Well. Anyways, that is our podcast polls for this week. Now we have some lives coming up. Some past lives. No, the live that was taught on Saturday was Nicole Stolfa. If you can go watch the replay for a virtual pop-up, which is a great time saver.
She said she sold, pun intended, virtually everything.
Oh, really? She posted a picture of what it looked like, what she was selling. There's so much
that was
stuff.
insane. She did say it was such a time commitment, and she had an assistant. But
she knows the assistant.
She decorated 100% herself.
That is crazy, but she is a crazy lady. We have a Facebook Live coming up on March 7th, the Sift app for managing admin stuff by Emily. So here's the interesting thing. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking, rumor mill, about an app called Sift. I couldn't find it, and then I saw her comment or laugh about something on the Instagram account. Mm-hmm. And I said, you should teach live because people are very interested by this app. Yeah. So she signs up. The Sift app, she said, is free. So this Facebook Live she's going to go through the basics of Sift. What is it? How to use it? How will it benefit you? She's going to show you how to use it by walking you through the process of creating your first order form and show you the ins and outs of setting up all the customizations and automations that Sift has to offer. And then she'll be showing you how to implement Sift to help you establish a seamless workflow. Nice. It's the key to saving yourself time and staying organized. So that'll be interesting if you're looking for, I think it might be payment processing. It sounds like if you're looking for something to send invoices and collect money, which we always say collect money up front.
Yeah.
This may be the Facebook Live for you.
It may be.
Then I added the Kakahaha. By Huckabah.
Oh, yeah.
the Cookie Con Happy Hours.
Happy Hours. We're doing 2.
We're doing 1 at Cookie Con Ohio, which is May 1st. Cookie Con Ohio starts May 2nd, so we'll be doing it the day before it starts. That's to not impede with the official events, which are a blast, and you'll not want to miss those. And then we'll be doing one on August 29th in Florida, the day before Cookie Con. And that's the Rose in Shingle Creek, which is the one Corey and I spoke at 2 years ago, which was really, really nice.
It was, guys, the place is huge.
It was so big that there was 3 conventions going on at the same time.
Food places inside.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The place was stunning.
Did you say there was 4 pools?
I didn't know. Oh, there's outside pools?
Yeah.
Is there inside pools? I don't know. Corey and I Well, I think we walked for a while just to see the grounds.
Yeah,
It's immaculately kept.
Oh, just absolutely
If you think
stunning.
the hotel's expensive, that's because it's extremely nice.
Yeah, they had like a bar to close down your evening.
Oh, and it was like a fancy bar with a
It
mixologist.
was, but then they had like a Mexican
the
restaurant.
finishes of this place are luxury, like luxe, like
just-
gold and tile.
But wear comfy shoes because you're going to be walking 5,000 miles.
Get your comfy shoes. Don't think that this is a time to bust out some new
it's not.
shoes. I'd almost say if you're trying to be a high heel girl,
On clouds.
yeah, go on clouds on your feet, and then maybe put the high heels on when you get down there. But this is all of CookieCon exist in the convention center, so you don't even have to technically
Which is
leave.
so nice. So you wouldn't even have to leave for food or water.
But if you wanted to leave, Heather Campbell Brookshire will be the sponsor of both these happy hours. Thank you so much, Heather. She is a Disney trip planner. It's $0 to get her to plan your Disney trip.
Yeah.
If you go to Facebook and you go to the events tab, you can find all the information about getting her to plan kind of like a CookieCon / Disney trip, of which I would highly suggest.
Yeah, so like you could come down with your fam.
You're already paying for the plane.
The hotel.
Yeah.
Too.
That would be a really great experience. I saw a lot of people do it when we went down there.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, I'm here for a couple days.
I know,
Then
yeah.
I'm going to go. I think some of them, I saw them either cut off the beginning of CookieCon or cut off the end of CookieCon. Again, whatever you want to do.
Neat.
The more money you want to spend, you can apparently just go anywhere.
Can you believe I took Arch to Disney World, spent
Yeah.
$1 bazillion, and he had the gall to tell me that Cedar Point was more fun.
There's Disney adults screaming right
I
now.
know,
listening
guys.
to this on Spotify.
I'm with you. I am with you.
He's your kiddo, man. Do you want to tell him what you bought for his birthday? Accidentally.
Guys, I
Here's the thing. Do your research.
yeah.
Before
I spoke
it.
before. I told my son is turning 13. We're definitely in the expensive toy phase.
Right, because you can't buy Legos anymore.
He doesn't like Legos anymore, and stuffed animals are a no-go.
Which is a sad day.
He wanted a PlayStation 5. The kid is stellar in school, mostly stellar at home. So I said, yeah, sure. So then I went to 3 GameStops yesterday. His birthday's on Saturday. I really thought it was going to be an easy grab. It was not an easy grab. They were all out of them. So I'm getting desperate. I go to another GameStop and I said, sir, please tell me you have a PlayStation 5. He said, we have one left. It's the highest end one at, guy,
When you're desperate, anyone can name their price and you'll buy it.
$700.
That's outrageous. He's 13.
$700.
And you know what? I'm not celebrating things. I'm not Thanksgiving. I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day with anybody today. But I'm also not spending any money today.
That's not typical of you, ma'am.
I'm a recovering spendaholic.
I'll take your money to go towards that PlayStation 5 purchase.
No, thank you. I bought him a game for it.
Car, though. He screamed.
Oh, you showed him?
Oh, he was going to. I
Wait,
told him I was
see,
gonna
you
do that.
know what? Because you do that for your ego. His birthday is on Saturday.
it
We're
for
all
my
coming over. You wanted an ego.
Listen,
trip.
it was ginormous.
Was the
picked it up
ego worth
right-
$700? The ego trip?
Yeah.
But, was it a return trip? Did you get the full ticket? The ego trip?
No. But I said you can't open it till Saturday.
Wow, boundaries.
So I
We're
really stared at it during dinner. It was on the table.
You're insane. I did get him a game, but a disc game, so I'm glad you got you splurged.
Yeah, I spent the extra bucks for that.
What's 14 going to be?
What?
If this is 13.
I don't know. I have no. I'm like a cookier marketing to other cookiers. I've outdone myself.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
I
You get
can't.
cars?
Yeah, right. A car at 14.
You couldn't.
I already did a laptop, TV,
You could-
iPad.
You're not even giving them on gift days. You're just giving them because you want an ego hit against the ex-husband. Sorry, Rick. I don't think you're running this one. And I don't think you wanted to. He's getting praises for birthdays.
Oh, that's his birthday.
Yeah, the smartwatch. What do you... Come on. Oh, whatever. That woman that's going to have to marry that man, your son.
He told the
her soul.
orthodontist who said, do you have a girlfriend today?
He's
He said,
probably-
I'm not the type of person. I will never be getting married.
He's probably like, I'm going to live with my mom. She buys me $700 gifts. And he is not making a poor choice. Okay, so those are our Facebook Lives. We have okay, Corey did go to the mailbag. There's so many letters from you all.
Wow.
Let me just read some of these. Can you? One even says, "Yay, Corey, check the mailbag."
I know.
From Micah Made Cookies. You open this one. I'm going to read this one. This is a postcard from, you'll never guess, Disney adult Heather Brookshire. She sent it from, you'll never guess, Disney. It said, February today, August tomorrow. So Heather will be at
Noise. Oh, it says happy holidays. You can definitely check. Oh, look at her cute kids. Wishing you and your loved ones a beautiful holiday season.
Corey, these from Christmas?
Yeah.
Here is so cute. With love from Andrew, Kaylin, and Mario. See, Kaylin's
That's
cute.
a long note on
the
that.
DiCarlo family. Oh. Heather and Corey, sending a thank you to you both for sharing so much knowledge with us. Your podcast seriously get me through the late nights of decorating. Maybe she's on the iPad. We hope you have an amazing Christmas. How long ago? I know. And we wish you a very happy New Year.
I know.
Andrew, Kaylin, and Mario. Mario has a cute name too. Rock and rolled. Doe is her handle. That's cute. Hold on. Open a few more of these.
Mario is a cute name.
That is a super cute name. Look at somebody. Okay, Katie did calligraphy.
Oh, wow.
Katie.
Oh, it's someone's family. Wow, what
I'm so
cute.
sorry, guys. It's sound. Oh, this is so fun. 2022, sharing with you the glory and wonder and the miracle of the holiday season.
Richard.
I love seeing you guys' faces. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Kendrick, Katie, and Cody, all of their names. Oh, it's a dog. Corey.
Look, Trip is a good name too.
Trip is a great name.
We did grow up with people named Trip, and then the name fell off the face.
She said, enjoy a bundt cake on me. Twins, thank you times 1,000 or 1,000,000 or 100,000. You are both so generous to share your wealth of knowledge with us. I cannot begin to express how much your expertise has changed my business for the better. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a fabulous New Year. Katie from Texas. Katie's a cute name too. But the dog? I'm assuming it's either the dog
that is like
the man's. One's Katie, one's Kendrick, and one's Cody. That is so, you are so nice. Look, there's the dog as a Christmas
I
tree.
feel like Cody is the dog's name.
It's Cody with a K, which is also a great name. That'd be a great name. So look, Mike Skyring.
Mike, wow, this card is fancily.
I can see there's
Look
two
at that.
stamps on it.
Oh,
that is the
it's
prettiest.
the cutest little cat. Oh, it says Christmas decorations.
Oh, look, this is Mike Skyring, who we call Skyring. Mike Skyring's been in the college since the day we launched and has never dropped out yet.
Oh, it said, figured the expert in cat agility competitions would appreciate this.
That is so cute. What does it say?
It definitely just says, hi, Heather. Rude. I'm just kidding. Janet said, hi, Heather. I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me launch the Cookie Artist Directory this year.
Oh, she was a Vendy Blendy, and she'll be at
Oh, yeah.
Con.
Can't wait to do some more events with you next year. Happy holidays. That is the cutest card, Janet. And I'll forgive you for accidentally missing my name.
Janet, in the Vendy Blendy, right? So the Vendy Blendy, which we don't talk about until Vendy Blendy time, is 20% off minimum. So she comes in at 30% off, then sends me this crazy. And she's like, Heather, I think I'm just crazy.
I know. Do I get
50% off? Yeah, hold on. And then I think we're caught up, so you can stop listening to the crinkly paper. Mike Skyring and his family. Look, this is
from
Skyring.
Brookshires. I got to see. Mike.
Oh, well, read the stuff.
Oh, what a cute little family. Mike, you'll have to tell us what the 3 stuffed animals mean.
I would love to know.
They're in front and center in a photo.
This is so hilarious. Jody, look, she's with a goat, and it's dressed up like a dinosaur.
My soul.
It says, I hope you have a dynamite Christmas and a roaring New Year. I can't begin to describe to you. It's a goat with a tail of a dinosaur as a hat, and it's in a Jurassic Park. It says 2022 by the numbers. 10 baby goats born on the farm, plus 4 lambs and a few turkeys. Oddly, no rabbits. Approximately, oh my goodness, 1 million cookies sold.
Oh my soul.
I did eat a few. So approximately 1 million minus a few. 1 new job after 13 years. 1 new side gig teaching baking classes. That's awesome. 1 new state visited, North Carolina. 1 Garth Brooks. This is my favorite recap of somebody's year. 1 Garth Brooks concert, numeral game nights, baby snuggled, delicious meals, visits with friends and family, and many laughs. Can't wait to see what 2023 holds. That is so cute, Jody. I love it. Also the goat.
This makes me miss Christmas.
Well, this whole thing did. You traveled back in time. That is so fun, guys. Thanks for sending all these cards and letters.
I know.
Start sending your Christmas letters now so Corey can pick them up by Christmas 2023. You know what? In my countdown.
Guys, I have to tell you something.
What?
I went to the UPS store, and the gentleman was like,
the Up store?
Ma'am, do you have a key on you? And I said, sir, I didn't know there was a key to be had. And he's like, yeah, everyone gets a key upon opening this.
Okay, we did get a key. And I would like to tell them that I said that's when I lived in the town center where the UPS store is. So
I hate standing in line, and my name isn't on there, so I have to put my finger over the word Corey so they just see Miracle.
You don't look like a Heather. Here's how many days I have this countdown calendar so I can kind of see, where our year sits at for our Monday morning meetings. I've added the year-end countdown. We have just passed 321 days.
Wow. Someone said Halloween's in 239 days.
Oh my goodness. I haven't added Halloween on here yet. I just stopped at the 4th of July. The Valentine's Day is today. Mardi Gras is only 7 days away. St. Patty's is 31 days away.
I see your daily posts.
Easter is 4 days away. Teacher appreciation. Okay. Sorry. Somebody asked a question on the countdown post that I post every Monday, which I'm not sure if anybody likes. Corey said it's the engagement killer. So which one of these will you be focused on? I'm going to read them. Are you doing anything for Mardi Gras? I don't think it sells well in our area. But man, the closer you get to Louisiana.
Yeah. I mean, some last minute people like it, like when they find out they're invited to a party.
Yeah. True. Yeah. It's on the 21st. I'm not sure if that's a weekend or a weekday. I don't know which day that falls on. St. Patty's Day, will you be doing anything for that?
No, it does sell
Just a quick reminder, Paddy, spelled with 2 D's, not 2 T's. Patty is a burger patty. Mm-hmm. So Paddy is an appropriate abbreviation, but if you're worried, just do Patrick's.
Yeah.
Or say Pat. I've seen people even abbreviate it more. When you're in doubt, say Pat. Easter is a big one.
Always.
Corey and I will teaching 2 Easter classes on the same day.
I went to the store to get like Easter stickers for the boxes.
Yeah.
0.
Sold out or not put out yet?
Not any.
Okay, you gotta wait till they clear out V-Day.
No, they already have Easter up. It's been up.
They just don't have stickers?
No.
Well, don't make me throw them in them.
We'll have to do some flowers.
I feel like Teacher Appreciation, which is May 1st, which will be at CookieCon for that happy hour. But that's a big day.
That is going to throw me off.
I think some of these, so Teacher Nurse Appreciation, Graduation, are people are like, I'm not sure which day that technically falls on, nor am I. These are just what I found in Google. So I've got to pick
Those
something.
are all great ones.
Nurse Appreciation, I don't think you do a lot for that.
Yeah, but someone asked if they could do a 10 dozen order, and I said, ma'am,
for nurse
I don't have the mental capacity.
10 dozen? For a hospital?
Yeah, and then she said, okay, what if we did 5 dozen?
Did you?
I said, maybe.
Like a Band-Aid?
I said, let's see what you're thinking about.
You can always do the little scrubs.
I know. Watch her want something that's like the piped name of the hospital.
Eddie. Mother's Day. How do you feel about that one?
Love Mother's Day.
Do you sell well for that?
You have to really come with a strategy for Mother's Day because you're really the
you're
kids
marketing
don't
to men and
have
children.
Money.
Yeah. You can market to your typical audience. I would guess that most of our audience skews female for them to give to their grandparents, their parents, grandmothers types. Graduation, huge for you.
It is big, but because I don't do trademarked things, I don't do the logos for people's schools.
Oh, because they're going to college. Yeah. Interesting.
So if they just want one that isn't, but I always refer them to someone else who's fine with doing it.
Right.
If I'm breaking that law.
If I'm living life with the law. Then we have a cookie class in the summer. For some reason, it's added to this list. I need to move it. Last day of school.
Yeah.
That's kind of graduation
I think
to me, but they have them on.
Is when I technically do those.
Okay. Father's Day?
Yeah, people.
Do we kids?
Do we kids? Yeah, our kids. We gotta hurry because Arch has school.
I don't want to hurry. He is 13. He will survive with his iPad. Nano. And then the 4th of July, which Corey and I can never remove any product for. What platters? We could try that.
I think DIY kits for people. DIY. Dewey kits for people who are hanging out at like someone's party.
Just chilling. Got a cookie there? Let me decorate it. Hand me a beer and an ice bag.
Bring me a pipe and bag. Start with blue.
Bring me a Budweiser and a pipe and bag and a hot dog. Okay, let's go through the sponsors and we'll let them go.
You didn't even cover the cookie college, you weirdo.
The cookie college is fantastic. There you go.
On to sponsors.
You tell us what cookie you just dropped. You're working on cookie class. So cookie class kits you can buy.
Cookie classes are working on me, man.
I want to say in the cookie college. So the cookie college has a separate group from the main group. It's a part of the paid membership, but this weekend can be called the weekend of cookie classes. So what Corey and I added to its own membership is cookie class kits, or it's included in the cookie college membership is everything you need to teach a cookie class.
Question for you guys. Would love this feedback. When Heather named it cookie class kits,
we're already
does that not think that is a DIY kit?
Great. Listen, we can't rebrand, so don't ask a question you don't want the answer to.
I think we just need a
Sorry. No.
done for you.
You had plenty of time from literally the idea conception in September.
Every time you said kit, and I was like, oh, the cookie classes, I always corrected you. And you're like, yeah, like
it's what it's called. However, it's a kit of everything you need to teach a cookie class, including piping practice sheets. But here's the kicker. Here's the kit kicker, is that Corey has developed with Sweet Pink Olive the designs, which is the hardest part of teaching a cookie class.
They're so stinking
They're
cute.
so stinking cute, but she's created the steps, and I put it into a PowerPoint. All you have to do is connect it to a TV.
Yeah. And you know, this was probably, Valentine's Day was really the test if it worked. And guys, so many people taught this class.
People were like, screw customs.
It got to Reddit. The set did.
So a lot of people taught classes, and once you taste the sweet nectar of the margin of classes, you can't go back.
Yeah, you cannot.
So it'll just become a part of your offerings. So many people said, I just didn't think I could teach a class, but I did it this weekend, and I am sold.
In the college, everyone was like, okay, 5 things I've learned that you need to take into your class. And I thought that was very valuable.
Yeah, so a ton of people taught classes, and I'm so happy because that's not a little amount of work that goes into setting those up, but you get piping practice sheets, you get the PowerPoint, you get the photos, you get all these promo photos. Corey's already staged them to kind of get butts in seats. Copy that we use to get butts in our seats. Social media post, social media copy, email drips, and then I create a coloring book spreadsheet because I like that. And then I'm going to add a couple of transfer sheets because I think that's just fun. So Corey's already working on Easters, which we'll have dropping on March 1st.
As soon as I get the cutters, and they're supposed to be here in a week.
Oh, she's already printed them.
Yeah, she was going to send them out the other day. She said she got busy, so she was going to send them out ASAP.
If Sweet Pink Olive is who you can get the cutters from, or the STLs if you live in Australia and you're listening to the podcast. But she is a dental hygienist, and she sent me
4 big places like Meta.
Oh,
they have built out an RV, and the RV comes and parks in the parking lot for a solid week, and then people from there come out and get their teeth cleaned, one right after the other.
Natalie, sent us dental floss that dental hygienists recommend. And you know what? I'm a waxy floss girl, I'll be honest. But I agree. It's got the word coconut or cocoa in it. I don't remember the name. But it is got more of a texture. And I think it really does clean
like
between
sometimes
the teeth.
I think the skinny ones don't do anything.
They don't. They feel better because they're not like chopping into my gums. And I know you dental hygienists are screaming now.
You're like, you need to chop into your gums.
I don't think they want you to chop too hard. I think they want you to trace it.
I think they want you to go into the gum line.
Dental hygienist, gum line, trace it up as far as you can until you
touch
cry.
the root.
They want it to get to your nasal cavity, and it's just a backup one. However, I have been using those dental flosses, which she's probably like, I sent you those a year and a half ago. I know. But I'm on this teeth cleaning journey. Like a more intensive one. And I do think they recommend that. Come on. The Olive Garden. Jesse takes no prison. So, do we not get to the sponsors?
We've not.
If you want to learn more about cookie class kits, I'm going to be making a landing page to tell you exactly what you get. That should be up by Friday. But you can learn more about it at thecookiecollege.com. Sign up. We have a lot of great content.
Sign up, please.
You should. Would help my ego. No, I think we have I wouldn't sell it if I was embarrassed to sell it. I got this.
We taught the class on. Heather had never seen the class before.
You did. My eyes were bleeding.
I had decorated that 6 times. I could have decorated with my eyes closed.
I think the notes we took back is just leave off a few of the details.
But this cute.
It was so stupid cute. Somebody who taught the class posted in the college that somebody had added pink hearts to the milk, and it was cute.
Rude. Cute. Stay on to my PowerPoint.
Okay, take us to the first sponsor.
The first sponsor that I have used to stage all of the photos you'd find in the cookie classes is AE Core Backers. You guys got to get on her Instagram. She ran a random 25% off for spring.
She does do that. She does do that.
She'll sneak it in there. So you guys got to follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram is at @AECoreBackers. Sorry, my watch is talking to me. Let me see. My kid said, please come out.
Really?
No. But AE Core Backers is a food safe backdrop. So you can actually put your bakes, your brownies, your cookies, your cakes right on the backer itself. And it's food safe. You don't have to worry about any of the transfer from past bakes going to this one, which is like peace of mind, which I absolutely love. I actually poured chocolate sauce on my white one. messaged the owner and I said, I'm getting ready to pour chocolate sauce on this. Will it stain? And she said, Corey, if it stains, I'll replace it with a brand new one.
She knew it.
Oh, yeah. And I put this chocolate sauce on there. And then I went outside and put it under the hose because it's waterproof. And that thing washed right
water
off.
hose?
Yeah.
Did you have a little panic?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Were you very?
Yeah, for sure. But it's just fantastic. You can find out more and see how people are using them by going to the AECore Backers hashtag on Instagram. But you can get 20% off it by using the code SugarCookie at checkout. But then sign up for her newsletter because that's where she does her random discounts.
I like it. Hey, by all means, get us addicted.
There's such cute ones. I used, if you saw the box I posted to Instagram,
the macrame.
I used the peach.
You used the peach in the macrame?
No, with the box. You know, I used peach behind it because it matched perfectly.
Punchy. I like it. Next sponsor, already talked about him, Eduardo. Eddie, edible direct-to-food printer. I cannot describe how wild the man is. Wow. It's a machine. And it prints like your printer. It's like HP, but for food. And it prints directly on that. The things you can do. And I know that, here's the thing. What's coming up is this teacher appreciation stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Print on that little paper.
Mrs. I did someone's Miss Bernadette. You know how long that name is? You know how long that took me?
Miss Bernie.
Yeah.
Favorite teacher. Miss Bernie. But yeah, you can use a printer to really spice up. If I have a ton of time, we were doing in the college, we're talking about, and I'm really proud of the Cookie College for this. So every month there's a challenge. It's a little external, and we have the courses, we have the membership, we have the cookie class kits, but the challenge is just something kind of we do as a community.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to see if we could talk about one of the things that's the hardest thing to talk about ever, finances.
Yeah.
So I asked the college, hey, in February, can we make it money talks? And they said, yeah, we can handle ourselves. And the amount of people that are, one, so open to talking about their finances and assisting other people in talking about their finances really blown me out the water. One of the members, she's an adult, she emailed me and she's like, I cannot believe, I'm so thankful for a group that's as safe that you can talk about the vulnerability.
You have to be so vulnerable to open up about that.
But here's the thing, the more we talk about money, the more we understand about how to make money work for us and how to cost us less. So it's an important conversation that for some reason we were told never to talk about. Don't talk about your salary. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about benefits. But in the college, I said, okay, let's talk about it. So we're talking about credit scores and debt versus compounding interest. And then one of the things we talked about was ROI, using Eddie as an example. He costs $3,000, but if he makes you $4,000, it's a 33% return on investment. And the more he makes you, the more you can get back. So Eddie is an interesting business investment. However, if you're willing to market, if you're willing to really integrate him, you're able to really speed up that process.
Yeah.
And time is money. Eddie will save you time, and that's where you can kind of get that ROI back a little faster.
Yeah. And you can check out, Eddie has a group. It's the Eddie, the Edible Printer Users Group, and people are always asking questions, pushing Eddie beyond his powers. And then the Eddie people are actually rising up and being like, we love what you did. So we've done a few tweaks. What's great is that you have the best support through them. They're constantly updating it, and you don't just buy and feel
ghosted. You get an Eddie, you automatically get an hour one-on-one session with their support team to help you set it up, learn, get the kinks out of it, get them updated. Really, I gotta say, the only thing that beats Eddie is that the support team, that Primera company support team. And the fact that you can buy a product and get access to a Facebook group to ask questions speaks a lot to the company.
Yeah. And you can follow them on Instagram and see what people are doing.
Get inspired.
Yeah. Really, honestly.
Get your ego post out there.
Last but not least is Royal Batch. It's a meringue powder by Bakety Bake. Everyone in class was asking about it on Saturday. Like, we had one lady who's been in our classes before, and she was like, can I get you a royal icing recipe? And I was like, yeah, I actually use the one on the back of the bag. And she's like, oh my goodness, where? So I sent her there, and she was like, I'm so excited to use it. It tasted so good. I don't know if she was eating the icing in the back of the class, but it is fantastic. It already comes with 3 ingredients in it, which is corn syrup. So you're going to get a soft bite with there. If you wanted to, you could add more. I don't. So I have saved on buying corn syrup, which is fantastic because I hate the sticky bottle. The next is white food coloring. It already whips up bright white. So that's another thing that you're saving with. And the third thing it comes with is vanilla extract. And if you've ever bought vanilla extract,
There's a Facebook group. And I know some of you are going to be screaming at your place where you're listening to now. It's a group where you get vanilla extract, vanilla beans. I don't know. And people love it.
And you can make your own vanilla extract?
I don't know anything about, but I posted in the Cookie College like, hey, this seems like a great find. And people are like, what rock are you living under that you did not know?
When I found out that making your own vanilla extract takes 2 years.
What?
I was out.
What?
You have to leave it in a jar for like 2 years.
There's some vanilla people listening to this. I'm going to find out the group because I just know you're yelling. Vanilla.
I feel like it starts with an I.
I feel like it starts with an L. Oh, it's Indri's Vanilla Bean Group.
So that's an I.
INDRI''S. Apparently all the rave. And Selena said she just ordered from it and then was like, here, look at all these beans.
Oh, wow. So you don't make it yourself?
No, you buy from people there.
Nice.
I don't really know what the group's about, but they say it's the vibe.
But you don't need vanilla in baking.
Oh, so sorry. But if you don't want the vibe.
But you can save it 10% by using the code TWINS at checkout. If you get the 5-pound bag, you get free shipping and you get the 10% off.
You get 5 pounds of it.
I know.
Remember when we had like a meringue powder shortage?
Yes.
Remember we had an egg shortage, a toilet paper shortage?
We're just butter's
wild
high.
and out there.
Yeah.
Too bad. Maybe that's what Archer's next gift will be. $50,000 worth of butter.
I said, do you want me to make you cookies for your birthday? Yeah.
Can you make some for Saturday?
Will people eat them?
I will stroke your ego. We will eat them.
Sold.
Make the donuts. I like a 2 layer.
I know. I'm some lady did. My soft heart. Some lady said, I would love to buy donut cookies
Corey,
for my
you can go
child.
get your little ego stroked here. What happened?
What?
Not this lady.
Oh, yeah. She wanted these donut cookies, which, I mean, it was such a last minute order. I was making them last night at like 8 p.m. But I said, yeah, here's my price for a half dozen. Does that work? And then this morning she was like, I really don't have the funds for that. It's just me and my child. And, you know, I had already made the cookies. I had already had the icing bagged. So it really was not. So I said, you know what? It's worth half a dozen for me. 2 reviews one on Facebook and one on Google. And she said, deal.
That's very nice. I really hope she does.
Otherwise, I will go and eat them in front of her.
Oh, I guess she hasn't picked them up yet. She probably like hated them. But she was
they were freshly.
I had one. Corey made one in college. Or in college. Corey made one in class on Saturday. Oh, delicious. I love Heather. Personally. I know people like to let them get hard. I like them soft.
Heather loves when I decorate in class because she wants to eat them.
I'll even nudge and be like, put a little extra.
Yeah, she'll say,
fill in that place that's not supposed to be filled. Put a little more on it.
And then as soon as Heather hears the door shut from the last person, she devours.
I'm going to say it's right before lunch too. So it ruins lunch, but it is the best.
It's so.
Do you know what diminishing marginal utility is? Like the first bite of everything will be the best.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's 10 times better than the real one.
There's obviously 6 cookies in class, and there's 2 of me and Heather. So we each
and 3.
We get a pick. You pick.
So here, you pick your number 1. This is the draft.
One is going to be the one that you know you're going to love.
And one it's going to have the most icing. It's going to maybe make your stomach hurt. I don't know. And then Corey gets to go. This is when you're twin. This is your whole life. How it is. Now then we go second round draft pick.
You go.
Third round draft pick is like, I might take a bite.
You're really only finishing it to not waste.
Yeah.
But you know like when sugar hits the back of your throat.
Oh, and it gets stuck.
It's like a weird.
You know what does that the most to me? Grocery store cakes. Bun cakes?
You know how fast I eat.
My mouth is watering.
I'm so
guys.
I'm on this sugar
hiatus.
Not
sugar high.
Yeah, I was going to say sugar kick, but I'm kicking sugar. And I cannot.
Corey's got a moving day. Every 7 days, she can pick one day.
And, you know, I don't go insane.
Well, you can't. It's going to get stuck in your throat. Then you're
but just to have a little tasty taste of it.
You and I did it at the mall on Saturday. We got candy.
We got candy and we got dessert. Oh, I got dessert.
Oh, yeah. Delish.
And we
had the cookies at the con. Yum. I'm sorry, now we're just rambling, but you guys are here. This is what we call second Christmas in our house. My dad, my mom, my little sister, and Archer, and Gore's ex-husband, all have a birthday in February. It's like if you weren't broke at Christmas, you get broke.
Yeah, it's every 2 days. So Summer's is today. Dad's is it's Thursday. Archer's is Saturday.
And then
Mom's is next week sometime.
Oddly in my brain. And then it's an expensive week for us. So on Saturday,
I'm already out $700.
I spent $50 on the game. I thought that was a lot.
I know.
But on Saturday we're celebrating them all, so that will be my
sugar day.
Sugar day.
So I have to make cookies so I can eat them.
I think we should do a bundt cake. And I know Mom's going to do a Wegmans birthday cake because that's her fave.
But I do love me a bundt.
A bundt.
Oh, that was your stuff.
That's the computer. Okay, let's cut them loose. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for sticking around for 100.
Happy Valentine's Day. If you guys don't have a Valentine's Day, we'll be it. We'll be it. We'll be it.
Heather definitely. She got nobody.
I got nobody. I'm also saving my mind going to the late night. Bye, guys.